when you look back at your relationship with Fergie, and your, as you've said again in the book, the infamous first interview that you had with him, and you literally get straight in and ask him about the potential for him getting the sack. I mean, for you to make knowing what we know about Alex Ferguson, for you to make a recovery from that and that not to be festering for years afterwards was a significant achievement.
It was actually. It taught me a great lesson as well. That if you got something like that, check. I mean, one of the things that disappoints me, and I try not to comment on present people because I'm out of the game now. I mean, there's no point me. Newspapers sometimes try and draw me on what I think about this and that, and it's not really my place. So it's just that the only thing I feel about interviewers now on football is that they're trying to prove to you that they know a lot about the game, and they say so. They talk to a player or a manager, and they say, so you hit the bar twice in the first half. You had 2 goals ruled offside. The referee didn't do you much favours on that penalty decision, and then stick the mic under their nose. Or just say, do you agree? Well, I'm not interested in what the interviewer thinks. I'm interested
in I get that.
the guy. So I went straight in and said, well, the word is that you're facing the sack. Boom. And I thought I was talking to a boxer or something, looking back. And I was wrong. I should have warned him. So when I went to Norwich, I didn't do anything about it. I didn't realise I'd caused a problem, really, because he cut short the interview, but I thought that's because he wanted to get back to the dressing room. So when we did Norwich about 3 or 4 weeks later against Manchester United, I went up to him and said, Alec, all right for an interview afterwards? No, why not? You ask crap questions. But where I respected him was that he said I could talk to anybody else but not him. Anyway, I used to introduce a program that half the country took every fortnight on a Thursday called Fight Night, young boxers, professional boxers, on their way up. So I happened to be staying in Manchester at the Midland Hotel, and much to my amazement, when I go down for the buffet breakfast, as it was in those days, Sir Alex is sitting on his own. So I thought, So I went up to him and said, can I join you for breakfast? And he looked a bit puzzled and said, yes, which surprised me. So I went and got my buffet, and I'm thinking, well, I've done the difficult thing. What do I do now? So I sat down, looked him straight in the face and said, can I start again? And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, if I have a curveball question like the one I asked you the other week, I will tell you all about it first. And he said, okay. And that's what happened. And people didn't realize that. And that's what happened for the rest of our time. And he went the other way. He started seeing us at 4:00, and the commentator and the producer, and telling us the team and the thoughts and the opposition, knowing we wouldn't use it till we went on air. We were live with these European matches. He agreed to do a halftime interview with me, and he was just fantastic for the next, I suppose, 22 years, I suppose I worked with him. And nothing came as a surprise, because he was an outstanding manager, probably the best we've ever had at club level. And he just didn't want his authority challenged. So if a player challenged his authority, not challenged what he said, but challenged his authority, they were moved on. And in the end, although he had a lot of time for Beckham and liked Beckham, Beckham became bigger than the club in his eyes, and that was probably the story behind his move.